Hello YouTube, Comic Agent Collector right here. Today I'm going to go through some things that I picked up, some games and some comics. Like I said before in my previous videos, I'm going to try to combine them now because it's going to take too long for me to do individual videos on that sort of things. But before I start off, I just wanted to tell everybody thank you for watching my channel, and always do you and always be yourself. Not everybody in the world is going to like you, but you still got to be yourself and be true to yourself. So I'm going to start off first with Indiana Jones, number 14. I read it, great read. Indiana Jones, number 11. The first appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. Streets of Gotham. I've been really enjoying these books. I got a whole bunch of them, but I haven't read them. Like I said in previous videos, I'm only going to try to cover the ones in which I read. Catwoman and Batman, The Honeymoon's Over. This one right here goes into a lot of depth when it comes to Catwoman and it comes to Batman, about their relationship, about their love affair, and certain things that they get into. This is a great read right here if you're ever wondering about the history and the relationship of them and how Batman feels towards Catwoman. This series right here, I have 1 through 3. The Rise of the Hawks, number 1, 2, and 3. These were excellent reads. I enjoyed them very, very much. It has a very touching story to it, has a very strong meaning behind it. At first it starts off kind of slow, but by the time you get to the third issue, the way it ends, I don't want to spoil it for nobody, but it's a must read. I'm going to go get more of them comic books right there because I very, very much enjoyed them. I got the Green Lantern. Really didn't understand this book that much, but from what I read, it's pretty good. Will I grab more of the series? Probably not, but this is volume 1. Then I got the Defenders. I enjoyed the Defenders a lot. You know, every time I see Silver Surfer, I remember the game for the NES and how hard it was to beat. If you ever want a challenge when it comes to video games, get the game, the Silver Surfer, for the original NES. But this is a great read right here. Enjoyed it a lot. And then I got Daredevil Tree of Knowledge, featuring Gambit. Gambit is one of my favorite X-Men. He's always has been since the beginning of the X-Men. They don't give him a lot of attention. They basically put him on the back burner, but he was one of my all-time favorite X-Men. Alright, now I'm going to get into some of the games. I got the majority of them are RPGs. I usually collect anywhere from PlayStation 2 to Xbox 360. Sometimes I'll collect NES games and certain things like that, but I just started getting back into it. So I'm going to start off with, I got Orphan, The Bid Ray Ring, Arc the Lad, great RPGs. EverQuest. EverQuest, a lot of people do not like this RPG, but if you ever play it, turn down the volume all the way and just play it in silence, and it ends up being a great RPG because the voice acting and the music will irritate you. It did me, but once I muted it, it was a great game. Loved playing it. Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. Harvest Moon, Heartwarming, Save the Homeland. Sorry, I was reading the back. This is a great game too. Really can't get into the Harvest Moon games because they're like very slow and repetitive, but I got these because they're great for my collection. Dot Hat Infection. I've never played a Dot Hat game even when I got this one. I just wanted to get one just to have it for my collection, but I've been hearing a lot of great things about this, so I got the first one. I don't really know more in depth of the series, so if you could recommend some, if they're worth me picking up because they're all kind of expensive, I'll try to grab them. Got Rogue Galaxy. I really wanted this really bad, but it was running for like 20-30 bucks, but I finally got it for 15 bucks. Oh, I'm sorry, and by the way, all these games are complete with the manual and the game on the inside. But I'm on a time restriction, so I don't really want to go through everything and open them all up and show you, but they all are complete. Disaster Report. This was a very rare game to find. It can go between $5 to $30, sometimes $60 on eBay, depending on the rarity of it and when it gets released, or, and I mean not released, but you know what I mean, when people when the market fluctuates up and down. But a lot of people, it's just a very rare game for the PlayStation 2. I try to play it. It's very good. It's a different type of survival game. It's more like environmental based. Very good game. Dragon Warrior 8. This game right here, I always wanted to get a Dragon Warrior game. I've seen them before. I've really never played them because I was into Final Fantasy and other games like that, but I finally got this one because this was the one I really wanted, and I'm very glad I got it. Got it for a good deal too, 15 bucks. Alright, Xenosaga 1 and Xenosaga 2. I have not played these, but ever since they came out, I always wanted to play them because the Xenogears for the PS1 was one of the best RPGs, even though I never finished them. I'm not even gonna lie. Last RPG I probably finished all the way through was probably Super Mario RPG. I put a lot of hours into them, and then I end up getting bored, and they get repetitive, and then I just never finish them. Legaia 2, great RPG. Dark Cloud, heard a lot of good things about this. I remember I had a demo of this when it first came out. Really never got into it, but I kept seeing reviews on YouTube about it, and a lot of people gave a good review, so I ended up getting it myself. Shadow of Colossus, amazing game. This game is basically artwork, like they say. Everything that they say about it is true. It's an amazing game. If you've never played this game, I suggest you play it. Yeah, it's kind of expensive. It can go between $5 to $20 depending on where you find it. This is a black label, and it is complete, and it's in basically brand new, almost brand new shape. The only thing missing is a saran wrap, and I got a good deal on that. Radiante Stories, this is the one I'm currently on. It's a great RPG. A lot of characters, a lot of interactions with people. You go on a long journey. The story picks up kind of slow, but there's moments in the game that are memorable. So I suggest if you ever want to play a good RPG, you play this one. Wild Arms 3, same thing. I got this one just because I heard a lot of good things about it. It cost me $8. Never really could get into a Wild Arms game, but I got it just to add to my collection because I'm going to start getting into RPGs once again. Star Ocean to the End of Time. I really wanted to try this one out. I watched a lot of reviews on YouTube about it. A lot of people gave it negative reviews. Some people gave positive reviews. Some said it was the worst. Some said it was the best Star Ocean game out there. But I wanted this specific one, and I got it for $8, so that's a good deal on it. 2 discs. Demon Stone. It's more like a Lord of the Rings type of game. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, like the creators of that type of genre, but it's like Lord of the Rings, but it's a great game. I suggest that you highly play this game. A lot of people try to bash it and tell you it's not good, but I think it's very good. One of my favoriteest RPGs. So I take back what I said. I said Super Mario RPG was one of the RPGs I finished, but Way of the Samurai is more like an action RPG. But this game right here has 7 different endings. No matter what you do when you play through it, it's like Fallout 3. You always come up with a different way, a different strategy. You get to choose how you want the story to end up. It's one of the best samurai action RPG games out there. If you've never played Way of the Samurai, you must get this. And Samurai Warrior is also a good one too. But this is a must-have. Red Label, Baldur's Gate. It lets me play like probably to like the 3rd or 4th level, but then it starts ending up skipping, which it gets me mad, but I still keep it because I'm going to get it resurfaced. But I highly recommend this game too. I didn't think I was going to get into it because it's like a dungeon crawler, and I'm really not into dungeon crawlers, but I really liked it. Alright, these other ones aren't RPGs, they're just other games that I got for my collection. PS1, Dino Crisis. I was going to collect the Resident Evils once again, but I decided to get the Dino Crisis because I very rarely see Dino Crisis 1. It was $20, but I had to get it. You know, it's complete. It's a good game right here. I never beat it, but it's a good game. Another RPG, Chrono Cross. I just wanted to add this to my collection because I remember I think it was Chrono Trigger they made for the Sega Dreamcast, and I had that before, but I never finished them, so I was really going to try to beat this one this time. Haven't gotten into it yet because on my PlayStation 2, I don't have a memory card for the PS1, and lately I've been playing Battlefield 4 on my PlayStation 3. These ones right here, we're going to go back to PlayStation 2, these 2 games, Siphon Filter, Dark Mirror. I played the other one, I think Logan Shadow for the PSP, beat it. It was a great game, loved it, so I had to get this one. I thought this was Logan Shadow, but this ended up being a whole different type of game, so I'm very excited I got this one. I want to play through that. Conflict Zone. This was it was a port over from the Dreamcast. It originally was made for the Dreamcast, but it's a great game. One of my favorite strategy games, RTS strategies. A lot of people aren't into RTS strategies. I don't play the story in this. I just go through the free roam campaign. It's not a campaign really, it's just like a free roam, and you just build up your army and you send your army troops. But it has a lot of different types of units, a lot of different types of strategies. I have yet to even beat the computer one time in this game, but I played it for hours and hours. Alright, finally, these last 3. They're not great games, but they're great games. You know, I keep them in my collection because for nostalgia value, it was like the first time I ever bought my dad an Xbox 360, and these games are the games that he had got. He had got one of them for himself, and the other 2 I got. When I bought it for him, I got him SmackDown vs. Raw, one of the best one of the best wrestling games that they made. SmackDown for the PS2 was also a good wrestling game, so I highly recommend this because they don't make them like this no more, really. I'm not going to knock any of the wrestling games because they're all fun to play if you play with friends or you play by yourself, but this is a great game, had a good story to it, but to me my favoriteest one was, I think, SmackDown vs. Raw for the PlayStation 2. I have that one too in my collection. I'll put that in another video. Front Mission Evolved. I thought this game right here was going to be basically like the one on the PlayStation 2. It was like, the one on PlayStation 2 was like a strategy RTS, but this was nothing like that. It was way different. Just a whole bunch of different types of things. It's more like a third-person action shooter. And finally, Call of Duty 2. This was basically when Call of Duty was at its high point, when they were incorporating a lot of new mechanics into their games and they were dominating the market. Call of Duty 2 is one of the last World War II best shooters out there. Medal of Honor, the big red one, Brothers in Arms, certain ones, but Call of Duty 2, if you don't have this for a collection, I suggest you just get it just to keep it in your collection because it's a very rare Call of Duty game to come across. I mean, a lot of people say it won't, but I haven't really seen this one, and it's very cheap. You know, you could probably now get it for like between $2 and $8. Well, I wanted to thank you guys for taking the time to watch my channel. I wanted to thank everybody else out there that collects comic books or collects games. Keep doing what you're doing. You don't need to get 1 million views in order for you to do what you do. Just make your channel stay positive, you know, and may God bless you all. Have a good day.